For the longest time, building software has felt, well, kind of like messy craft work instead of a smooth industrial process. Today, we're going to explore how that's all changing as we build something really cool, the modern software factory.
And it's a totally fair question, right? I mean, think about it. For way too many developers, just getting their code from a laptop to a live user is this tangled nightmare of manual setups, waiting for approvals, and dealing with inconsistent environments. It's slow, it's frustrating, and honestly, it's just begging for human error.
And this right here really hits the nail on the head. The old way is all about manual work, which makes it slow and super inconsistent. But the new way, this factory model we're diving into, is all about being automated, fast, and secure right from the start. We're basically trading in all that chaos for some much-needed consistency.
So how do we make that jump from chaos to consistency? Well, we do it by building a software factory, a kind of digital assembly line that's designed from the ground up for speed and quality.
The big idea here is to create a platform that's completely self-service. The developers are skilled workers, right? They just have to bring their code. That's their blueprint. The factory itself, this incredible automated platform, takes care of literally everything else needed to get that code running safely in front of users.
All right, let's pull back the curtain and take a little tour. Every amazing factory really needs two things. You've got your master blueprints that show how it's all put together, and then you have the automated factory floor where all the action happens. And guess what? It's the exact same for us. We're going to start with the blueprints. In our world, we call this infrastructure as code, or IAC. So instead of a person manually clicking around to set up servers and networks, we define all of it, the whole shebang, in a code file. This file becomes the one and only source of truth for our entire factory. And the payoff for doing this? It's huge. Because it's code, our infrastructure is perfectly consistent every single time. This gets rid of those little differences that cause those mysterious, well, it worked on my machine outages. Need a brand new, perfectly identical environment for testing? Just run the code. It's totally repeatable, and the code itself is the documentation. No more guessing games.
Okay, now for the factory floor. This is where the real magic happens, and it's run by Kubernetes. Think of it as the robotic brain of the whole operation. It takes our finished applications, which we've packaged up into these neat little things called containers, and it intelligently manages them for us.
So what does manages actually mean? Well, Kubernetes automates all the tedious grunt work. It starts our apps, stops them when needed, scales them up automatically when traffic spikes, and, this part is just brilliant, it automatically replaces an application if it ever crashes. It's like the ultimate tireless factory manager that never sleeps. Okay, so we've got our factory blueprints and our automated factory floor. But how do we get the raw materials, the developer's actual code, and turn them into a finished product? For that, we need a killer assembly line.
And here it is, our CI/CD pipeline. This is the fully automated assembly line of our software factory. As soon as a developer commits their code, this pipeline just takes over. It builds the code, it scans for security problems, runs a bunch of automated tests, packages it all up into a container, and finally deploys it out to the factory floor. And the best part? No humans have to touch it. Now, this brings us to a really crucial change in how we think about security. In the old way of doing things, security was like this final inspection gate at the very end of the line. In the software factory, security isn't a step, it's a philosophy called DevSecOps. It's woven into every single part of the assembly line.
So what does that look like? It means we have automated quality control at every stage. We have image scanning, which is like checking our raw materials, the code libraries, for any known defects. We have policy as code, which acts like the factory's official rulebook, automatically enforcing our standards. And then there's runtime security, which is like having 24/7 surveillance on the factory floor, watching for anything suspicious.
So, we've seen the blueprints, the factory floor, the automated assembly line. But why? Why are we building all of this? What's the ultimate goal for the people who are actually going to use this thing every day, the developers?
Of course, any factory this advanced needs a central control room, right? That's where observability comes in. It's all the monitors, all the logs, all the alerts that let us see exactly what's going on across the entire factory at any given moment. It's what lets us find and fix problems instantly. All of this incredible technology, the infrastructure as code, Kubernetes, the CI/CD pipeline, it all serves one single powerful idea, creating what we call a paved road for our developers.
And this paved road, this is the whole point of everything we've built.
It's a clear, simple, secure, and officially supported path that gets all the complexity out of a developer's way. They don't have to be experts on servers or networks or security. They just have to stay on the paved road, and the factory takes care of the rest.
And when you do this, the payoff is absolutely transformative. First, developer velocity goes through the roof. They can ship features way faster. Second, your security gets dramatically better because it's just built in from the start. And third, everything becomes more reliable because automation gets rid of all those little human errors that cause outages.
The numbers really do speak for themselves. The companies that switch to this factory model see these massive, and I mean massive improvements across the board. We're not talking about small little wins here. We're talking about a complete game changer in how effectively and safely a company can deliver software.
So, I guess that leaves us with one final thought. Take a hard look at how your team builds software. Is it a manual, one-off workshop where every project is its own adventure? Or is it a modern, automated factory that's built for speed, security, and scale? Because that choice, well, that's what determines the future.